If you lost 10, maybe you get 9 back, but it's not going to be, it's not, again, like I said, it's not something that's worth getting your blood pressure up about. And since a lot of people are actually monitoring their credit at places, like Credit Karma and the Credit Sesames and whatnot, Credit Karma updates every week. So since they're updating every week, they fluctuate more often than FICO does. FICO actually only updates once a month. So I don't care where you're getting your stuff from or whatever, or who's claiming that you're getting a different credit score every 2 weeks and whatnot. FICO, 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 they update once a month. Once a month is when they update, and it's probably different for, and it is not probably, it is different for different things. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's by social security number. Maybe it's by, alphabetical order or whatever it is. But, like this portion of the month, that's when yours is. Maybe it's when you entered the credit system. So you entered the credit system, happened to be August of 1995. So your update is always 30 days from August, say it's the 3rd of, August the 3rd. So then you're stuck on August the 3rd. Other people, it may update the 15th of the month. It may update the 18th of the month. Whatever it is and how they do it, they update once a month, right? So those Credit Karmas and whatnot, they may fluctuate a little more because they're looking and digging into some detail on a weekly basis. So don't worry about that. Trust me, 90% of lenders use FICO. So that's who you need to worry about. Doesn't mean you don't sign up for Credit Karma. You don't use them. There are a lot of good things that come out of Credit Karma. I mean, a lot of good things that come out of their recommendations. You can see everything. You can see your public records. You can see so much stuff in Credit Karma. It's a good place to go and a good place to have. I'm just not that concerned about that particular score in there, that Vantage score. So again, 90% of lenders use FICO when they are evaluating your credit and deciding if they're going to lend you money, how much money they're going to lend you, and things of that nature. Doesn't matter if it's a mortgage, doesn't matter if it's a car, doesn't matter if it's a credit card. That's what they're using. Trust me, when that changes, and more people start using Vantage Score, which is what Credit Karma uses. I think when you like say get your score from, like, if you have a Chase account and you get your score from them, I don't believe they're using FICO. I think they're using Vantage Score. When that changes, when people start transitioning from FICO to Vantage Score, trust me, I'm gonna be the first person to update you. I will absolutely tell you when it happens. Until then, we're gonna worry about FICO. So you got to level set. 4 points isn't a sneeze. It's not a hiccup. You don't even have to worry about that if it's 4 points. Whole different story if it's 100 points. If it's 100 points, man, you better freak out. I'm telling you, freak. If I lost 100 points, I don't know what I'd do. I have a heart attack. If it's 100 points, dig into the data. You just got to look at your credit report and see what happened. Did something go on your credit report that's new? Did you miss this payment? Did you miss more than one payment? Something fraudulent happened on your credit report. All things that, especially if you didn't do it, can be corrected. So you can take it down a notch. All right, halfway through the show, a little more than that. Let me give a couple more shout outs right quick. Rakita Agnew, she celebrates a birthday coming up. I think it's Tuesday. So happy birthday to you, Rakita. She's going to celebrate her birthday. She shares a birthday with Joyce Bailey. Happy birthday to you, Joyce Bailey. Happy birthday to you. Tell Bishop I said hey. And then Vanessa Braxton. She celebrates her birthday tomorrow, actually. And she is the owner of Black Mama. So look, check out this company. Vanessa Braxton. She's celebrating her birthday, so happy birthday for you tomorrow. But Black Mama, check out her company. They do teas, and then during the pandemic, they converted some of their things, and they did hand sanitizer, to help out the nation when everything was coming up short. They start producing hand sanitizer, and they have Black Mama vodka as well. So you out there that want to turn up a little bit, get you some Black Mama vodka, or if you want to take a little mellow, get you some Black Mama chai tea. I got the chai tea. Yeah, I don't know. I got like 4 different kinds of tea, and I got the hand sanitizer. So, happy birthday to you, Vanessa Braxton, on Black Mama. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. So now you know what to look for, right? You're gonna be looking for FICO. You're not gonna freak out over a few points. Yes, you can get points added to your credit report by doing some small, simple things. Is 100 points in 30 days possible? Sometimes, not all the time, not the norm at all. So level set yourself on that. All right. Oh, let me tell you this too. I don't think I mentioned it yet at all, and I've been meaning to mention it for like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. New venture coming. New venture coming from myself, the 800 Credit Score Man. New venture coming. Nothing changes here with the 800 Credit Score Man show at all, but a new venture is coming. Stay tuned. It's going to be something that you're going to want to take part in. All right, so it's coming. I can't tell you when it's coming. It's still in the early stages. Probably shouldn't even be talking about it yet. It's so early. But new venture is coming from the 800 Credit Score Man. So stay tuned. Stay tuned so you can be ready for that. All right. So let's get to something else I wanted to talk about because it came up a few times this week. Oh no, this is what I want to tell you. So last week we talked about mortgages, right? Just so happened to pop on my feed from one of the places that I follow. It talked about 5 common mistakes. I actually believe it was 6. 6 common mistakes home buyers make, and this is really just to give you some background and maybe some evidence to show you that what I was talking about last week is true for real. So, not getting a pre-approval. So, first of all, if you didn't listen to last week's show, go back and listen to that show. I don't care if you plan on buying a house right now, if you've been in your house 15 years already, go check out the show last week. So, first thing they said was not getting a pre-approval. Not getting a pre-approval. I talked about that last week. You need to get that done ASAP, as soon as possible. Get that pre-approval so you can shop freely and go about buying a house. Get a pre-approval. You know where you stand when it comes to you getting that. Not being realistic about your budget. So we talked about budget a little bit, about how much money you want to put down, things of that nature, which is also another thing in one of these 6 mistakes that people make, but not being realistic about your budget. So I told you, go Google and get you go get your mortgage calculator so you can figure out what you're going to be able to pay and all that kind of stuff. Not being realistic about your budget. Number 3, putting off credit issues. I don't know where I ranked it when I ranked my things of where you should go. I don't remember. I didn't go back and listen to the show myself or even look at my notes. I guess I should have. But putting off credit issues, So, I think first thing I said was probably when you get ready to start saving money, you need to start looking at your credit at the same time. So, almost simultaneously. So, putting off credit issues, you do not want to do that at all. You want to start tackling them before you put in the application. You want to tackle those credit issues so you can have the best credit score when you actually present your packet, if you will, your application to buy a home. You want to do that. That was the number 3 thing for this particular article. Number 4, making assumptions about your down payment. Making assumptions. We talked about down payments. It's like when you go to wherever you go, Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Redfin, wherever it is that you go, they have that calculator there. Oftentimes it's defaulted for 20% down. So the first thing you see is you're looking at that payment and you see it and say, oh man, I can get all this house for, $800. Well, it's got that you're putting 20% down. And if you didn't know, listening to the 800 Credit Score Man show, you don't have to put 20% down. But 20% down does afford you some things. You don't have to pay PMI, which we talked about last week on the show. You don't have to pay that if you can put 20% down. But we also talked about 20% of a $200,000 home is $40,000. And maybe you don't have $40,000. Maybe you actually make $40,000, so it's been difficult for you to save $40,000, especially when in America, most people cannot put their hands on $500 for an emergency if they need it. So maybe you don't need to do that. So making assumptions about your down payment. FHA loans, 3.5%. If you can get an FHA loan, it's 3.5%. And then there's other programs out there as well, VA loans and USDA loans as well, that have 0% down payment. Speaking of USDA loans, this is actually perfect. Speaking of DA loans, I'm telling you, not only do people come in and listen to what's going on, when you find out information, people send it to me to help me be more educated about what's going on as well. So we have someone that listens to the show that sent me some information about a USDA loan. So this particular listener to the 800 Credit Score Man show is looking to buy a home, and he'll be using USDA. Now, don't ask me about why USDA and all that stuff. It's more about being rural and, not necessarily even you buying a farm, but being in a rural area, you may have to use a USDA loan. But anyway, so what he found out when he applied for his USDA loan, that USDA loans are, how do I say this? They're not taking into consideration authorized user credit cards. So they're looking at, and actually they will, but only in certain situations. And it was three things. I wasn't even going to talk about this, so I didn't have any notes on it. But it was like three reasons that they would actually allow your authorized user to be a part of your calculation and whatnot when it comes to your credit score. So at least we know this: USDA loans are moving the goalposts a little bit. They're changing the rules a little bit when it comes to authorized users. They're doing that. So if you're going to do a USDA loan, the authorized user that you may be a part of, that I suggested that you get, so it can help you with your credit score, because it's going to help you with 80%, if not 90% of what impacts your credit score. They may discount that. They may say, nope, we won't take it. But here's one of the things that I do remember that they will take. If it's an authorized user and you're in a car with, your spouse, if you're in a car, I think if you're on a car with your parent, they will absolutely allow it, and they won't take that out of your calculation at all. So most of the time, when I tell you about doing an authorized user, that's what we're talking about anyway. We're talking about, getting on your mom or your dad's card, or we're talking about getting on your spouse's card. And I don't remember if they mentioned any other relatives. But if you were to get on your brother or your sister's card, something of that nature, it may actually count. Now, if I'm not related to you and I put you on my card, they probably won't go ahead and accept that particular card, because we're not that kind of relation that they're looking for. So, USDA loans, I would not worry about it too much unless you plan on buying some farmland somewhere, all right? But I wanted to point that out, and I wanted to thank the young man that sent that information to me, because look, I'm learning stuff from y'all. Hopefully you guys are learning stuff from me, and it all goes around, all right? Knowledge is key. All right, number 5 to 15 that they were talking about, that people make mistakes. Not having a good real estate agent. I absolutely know I went into that, about you having a good real estate agent, because they know so much about the area and the whole system and the way it works. So get you a good real estate agent. And I told you, the seller pays for your real estate agent. The seller pays for it. Now, if you're selling, yeah, you got to pay that percentage for the real estate agents. But if you're buying, there's no need for you not to get a real estate agent at all, because they're going to help you out tremendously. And number 6 was not researching mortgage lenders. So you need to research your mortgage lenders. Like I was saying, you're safe to do it for 30 days. I leave it down to 14 days, but you're absolutely safe to do it for 30 days for sure. So make sure you research your mortgage lenders, put in those applications in a timely fashion, and pick the one that's best for you. If you got questions, you're not sure what's best for you, because somebody offers you a good rate, but they want to add points to it, or they offer you a higher rate and it has no points. You got those kind of questions? Contact me. That's all you got to do. Send me a text message. 312-600-5855. Or email me, 800@creditscoreman.com. 800@creditscoreman.com. All right, so we're gonna shift gears right quick, and I'm gonna let y'all guys go. So in collections, let me talk about collections. I told you there's a bunch of little tidbits that happened